Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Sunday afternoon, and this is actually a second take for this video. I taped the video yesterday, but there was some technical problems with it, so I'm going to redo it, okay? So this is going to be about a commentary on a video that I watched 2 days ago. It had me thinking, and this is, let me move my little notepad and so you can see the video that I'm actually talking about. Okay, I'm new to her website. I mean her what do you call it? Her channel, and it's called The Serpent in the Tree, Fallen Angels and DNA. And her name is Yisrael's Redemption. Okay, so move it back. Okay, so this is the video that I'm going to be talking about. Okay, and I thought it was entertaining. She she has the graphics, the visuals up there, and she speaks very clearly and at a good rhythm. The speed of it. So you're very entertained, and so it's going to be about I'm going to put it on so you can hear what this video is going to be about.
The lead up to the 2 Seeds video. In this video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking to you about trees, but not just any kind of tree. I'm going to be talking to you about DNA and about how it ties into the tree of the knowledge of good and bad that's mentioned in the book of Genesis chapter 2. That particular tree that the Most High told the first male and female to not eat from, because that tree in question was not a literal tree, it was actually an angel. And I'm going to show that in this video, that the tree in question was not a literal tree. Yeah, there were trees in the garden, food trees, but this particular tree was actually an angel. I'm going to be talking to you about what they consider the esoteric, things that are hidden. Because, of course, the Most High said during this time period, he would begin to expose the wicked, all the things they've hidden. Because he said that the pen of the scribes was in vain. All the stuff they've hid and everything, he said it was vanity. Because he was still...
Okay. Okay, so that's basically, the beginning of the video. And this is now at position 2 minutes and 12 seconds. That's the end point. That I played it for. So, she's going to talk about the tree in the garden. First things first, any research, you go to the source, the word itself. And the word for tree that they're referring to in the Garden of Eden is a Strong's word number 6086. For those of you who don't know what Strong's is, it's a company, it's a publisher. They publish a book that every word in the Bible gets a number, and they have the book in alphabetical order according to word. And then if you look up that word, they indicate like the word salvation, let's say. They'll have under the S, every word, every instance of the word Savior, all the instances of that word, and they also have the number for that word, okay? And then you can look up that number in the back and it give a definition. So you'll see, all the instances where they have that number, So you're able to cross-reference where else in the Bible for that word that number, that specific word is used. And with foreign languages, when you're translating into another language like English, you might have different, it's basically the same word, but different shades of the word. And like as we'll see with the word tree, you have a generic name for tree, which is Strong's number 6086, and it's called S. The letter E is in Edward, and then the letter S is in Sam. but for Yisrael's redemption, she has the spelling as E-T-S. E is in Edward, T is in Tom, S is in Sam. So it's a slight variation, but that does, that's not a biggie. But I'm just saying with my, when I looked up in my Strong's Concordance, it just has the spelling E-S for a tree, a generic tree, okay? But she uses a different tree. She uses another name for tree, and it's the bough, bough of a tree. Bough is an Old English word, and it means like the main branch of a tree, okay? She uses Strong's word 534, and it's spelled Amir, okay? And let me get to that point of the video when she's going to use the other word, the 534 Strong's word. Okay, that's at position around 6 minutes and 57 seconds. I'm just scrolling on my computer now. Okay, I put it a little bit before 57 seconds. Let me play it so you can get to that point.
You can use any lexicon you wish. You don't have to use the one I'm using. I use different types of lexicons, and I'll post a link to one that I use often. We're going to type in tree, but we're going to omit the vowel pointings. We're not going to put the EE. And what you're going to see is that just typing in TR, okay, will give you the definition. Because like I said, we're not dealing with English. We are going to be looking at the Shemitic languages. So right here, you're going to see that just typing in TR, you're going to get a definition. There are a whole lot of definitions in the list. Okay. And we're not going to cover all of those. I'm not going to cover all of them because I don't want the video to be too long. I'm just going to find tree. You can see here by typing in TR that it means a summit of a tree or mountain, or the top of a summit or tree or mountain. And one of the reasons I decided to include this word from the list is because of the suffix, that root that's there, IYR, which is ear. Of course, in English it would say ire, but that's...
Okay, so she's saying here, okay, she typed in the word tree, but she's only, as she says, there would probably more than one word when she typed in TR, but she shows the word Strong's number 534, and she's focusing on this word rather than the actual word that the Genesis uses. And to me, that was a first red flag. When you don't use the source word and use another word, there's a reason for that. And as she briefly mentions that she focused on the word Amir, which is for a tree, but it's actually the top part. It's actually the bough of a tree. Okay, the main branch, as I made mention earlier. She chose this word Amir because of the last three letters, what she calls the suffix of the word. The suffix means the end part, and prefix means the head part. Okay, so she's using the suffix, and the suffix is the letters I, Y, R. Okay, and she noticed that it says like self-exaltation. Okay, that one of the meanings. Okay, so she's putting like a personality in in the beginning about this tree. That's about self-exaltation. Okay, so she's putting a personality in it, but to me it was like a red flag, because why didn't she use the actual word, which doesn't have any personality? It's just a generic tree, but she chose it because she noticed that the word self-exaltation. Okay, it caught her attention. Okay, so to me this was like a first red flag. And why this might be happening is that as a presenter, she's leading you to steps to prove her theory. her idea about the tree, that it's not a literal tree, but an angel. Okay? So, okay, and as you see here at this part of the video, she's going to begin to stress about meanings of words, and that specific word for Strong's 536, the word Amir, rather than the actual word S for, generic tree. Okay? Then she's going to link that word Amir, Strong's number 534, with another word. Okay? And this, she says that this word has its root in the word Amar, and that's Strong's number 559. Okay? So, also to note, those two words, Amar and Amir, they have different suffixes, and so they have different meanings. And the meaning for this word that she says it has its root in it, it just means to say or to answer, to respond. That's all what it means. But she wants to link them together, and her excuse is that, I shouldn't say excuse, but her reasoning is that the ending. Okay? So I do not understand why she is focused on the suffix of the words, or the two different words, which mean two different things, and they have two different suffixes. But you're going to see how it's going to slide in. Okay? Okay, then I write here that as we go further in the video that she has, if you go to position 8 minutes and 30 seconds, she goes to the actual word in the Garden of Eden, okay? And I feel that, why is she now going back to the actual word? I mean, I shouldn't say even go back. Now she's actually going to go into the actual word that she should have started to go into in the very onset of the research or the video. Okay. Okay, and I just indicate here in my notes that for her to introduce the Strong's words, the three prior Strong's word for tree, which means bough of a tree, and then the word to mean to say or to answer, and then the word for, was another thing. Yes, okay, so she introduced two words, and what was the point? Okay. Turn my page down. Okay. As the video continues, she wants to create a she's going to stress about the spelling of a word, the original word. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just referring to my notes. Like in the beginning of the video, you notice that the first word that she uses for meaning the bough of a tree, her spelling was E-T-S. Okay, she wants to teach the viewer that T-S is pronounced like the letter Z, as in zebra. Okay, and for whatever reason, you'll see. Okay, so she introduces a word. She said, I want to show you that that this word is pronounced like the letter Z. So she presented it on the computer using her software that could translate Hebrew, English. Okay, let me see if I can find that. Okay, that's at position 1252. Let me see here. I'm scrolling on the computer in front of me. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put it on this section too. I put it on 1246.
Z, we get the suffix for Azazel. And if you know who Azazel is, then you know a lot. So, if Azazel is rooted in Etz or Z...
Oh, let me go back. Oh, I missed something there. Yeah,
it's actually Z.
Okay,
and you'll be able to say Z.
Yeah, this part here.
Yeah. We're going to go to the lexicon and get the proof. Alright, so we're here in the lexicon and we're going to type in the letter Z. I'm going to let our list load.
So you notice on top the TS that's highlighted in red? She wants to prove that that TS is pronounced like a Z.
Ebets, but of course, when the T and S are together, the sound is actually Z. And you're able to say Z. But the sound is a Z sound.
Okay.
So it would be Ibez.
Okay, that's all. She wants to teach.
Show you here. You can see.
Okay. I'll be able to see that.
It's also synonymous with the letter A, or Abez. So when you see the T and S together, it is actually a Z.
Okay.
The next word is Elbazon, and some would say Lebazon. But just keep in mind that when you see the T and S together, it's a Z sound, as you can see right here. See the Z.
Okay. So that's all she wants to prove now. So now she's gone back to the original Strong's word that she presented for bough of a tree, that because it's spelled E-T-S, that you actually pronounce it like a Z, as in zebra, ez. And then she's linking a new word, what's that? She'll present the word Azal, which has its own meaning, to then link into another word. Okay, let me see if I can get that. Let's see, 1252. Let me see. So that was just to prove. She wanted to prove that how you pronounce it. So anytime you see the spelling TS, you pronounce it like a Z, and that is equivalent. That you could interchange the spelling TS and replace it with the letter Z in zebra in the spelling. But again, it's just to show pronunciation. It has nothing to do with meaning. Okay? Let me see if I get that there. Let me go back 1252. Let's see.
You know who Azazel is, then you know a lot.
Oh, let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry. Just go back a little bit more.
In the Shemitic dialects.
Okay, so
when you look up tree, and you go to the lexicon, it says, hey, it's just a tree, and this is how you spell it. E-T-S, right? Etz. Now you know that the T-S is a Z, and you drop the vowel because they don't use vowels in the Shemitic language, and you're left with a Z. That's what you get. Interesting enough, when we look up Z, we get the suffix for Azazel. Okay. And if you know who Azazel is, then you know a lot. So, if Azazel is rooted in...
Oh, okay. I put it on pause there. Okay. As you just heard, that the TS is pronounced as Z. She presents a word on the screen, so what you couldn't see. She presented the ETS as a Z, and that it's another word, Azel, is, yeah, okay, you can see it on this. But she puts it up for a few seconds, like maybe 2 seconds, and then she puts it in the actual word that she wants you to believe that it's linked to. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put it.
Suffix for Azazel. And if you know who Azazel is, then you know a lot.
Okay.
So, if Azazel
let me go
is
back a
rooted
little.
in
Let me
X
go back
or
a
Z,
little bit.
right?
Okay.
X.
See that?
Now you know that the TS is a Z, and you drop the vowel because they don't use vowels in the Shemitic language.
Okay.
And you're left with a Z. That's what you get. Interesting enough, when we look up Z, we get the suffix for Azazel. And if you know who Azazel is,
Azal,
then you know a lot.
and then now she puts Azazel.
So, if Azazel is rooted in